Let's explore C++ destructors, which are special methods used for cleanup when objects are destroyed. Destructors are essential for managing resources and preventing memory leaks in your programs. What exactly are destructors? These are special member functions that are automatically called when an object goes out of scope or is explicitly deleted. They ensure that any resources held by the object are properly released. Key characteristics of destructors are: they have the same name as the class but with the tilde prefix. They do not have a return type or accept any parameters. There can be only one destructor per class. Destructors are crucial for resource management, ensuring that memory and other resources are released when they are no longer needed. Let's examine the syntax and basic usage of destructors. Destructors are named with a tilde prefix. They have no return type and they do not accept any parameters. Destructors cannot be overloaded, meaning a class can have only one destructor. Destructors are automatically called when an object is destroyed. Here is a basic destructor example. Consider a class named resource which has a private member named data, which is an integer pointer. In the constructor, memory is allocated for data using the new keyword. The destructor tilde resource deallocates the memory using the delete keyword. This ensures that the allocated memory is freed when a resource object is no longer needed, preventing memory leaks. Destructors are automatically called in several scenarios. Firstly, for local objects, when a local object goes out of scope, its destructor is automatically called. Consider a function named SumFunction, inside that an object residential of type resource is created. Once the function finishes executing, the destructor of residential will be called automatically. Secondly, for explicit deletion, when a dynamically allocated object is deleted using the delete keyword, its destructor is called. For example, a pointer PTR of type resource is created using the new keyword. Later, when delete PTR is called, the destructor of the resource object pointed to by PTR will be called. Thirdly, on program termination, global and static objects have their destructors called when the program ends. For example, a global object global res of type resource is defined outside of any function. When the program terminates, the destructor of global res will be called. Lastly, on container destruction, when a container like a vector is destroyed, destructors are called for all the objects it contains. For example, a vector named resources containing 3 resource objects is defined. When the vector goes out of scope, the destructor will be called for each element in the vector. Destructors play a critical role in resource management. The resource acquisition is initialization, or RAII, pattern involves acquiring resources in the constructor of a class and releasing those resources in the destructor. This ensures automatic cleanup and prevents resource leaks, even in the presence of exceptions. The benefits of the RAII pattern includes: it acquires resources in the constructor and releases resources in the destructor. It ensures automatic cleanup. It prevents resource leaks and it works even with exceptions. Consider a file handler class. The constructor file handler takes a file name, opens the file in read mode, and assigns the file pointer to the file member. The destructor closes the file if it is open, using the close function to release the file resource. This ensures that the file is always closed when the file handler object is destroyed, preventing file leaks. Virtual destructors are essential when dealing with inheritance. When deleting a derived class object through a base class pointer, a non-virtual destructor will only call the base class destructor. This can lead to resource leaks and undefined behavior if the derived class has allocated additional resources. Therefore, always make base class destructors virtual when inheritance is used. Here is the example. We have a base class with a virtual destructor. Then we have the derived class. The derived class allocates memory in its constructor. If the base class destructor is not virtual and we delete a derived object using a base class pointer, only the base class destructor is called, leading to a memory leak because the derived class memory is not deallocated. There are several common pitfalls to avoid when working with destructors. Missing virtual destructors can cause memory leaks when deleting derived objects through base pointers. Deleting the same memory twice leads to undefined behavior. Destructors should never throw exceptions. Members are destroyed in reverse order of declaration. Here's a brief look at the code example for each of the pitfalls described. For the first pitfall, the base class pointer points to the derived class object. However, since the base class destructor is not virtual, when delete PTR is called, only the base class destructor is called and not the derived class destructor. For the double deletion pitfall, memory is allocated for an integer pointer named p. Then we are calling delete p twice, which is an error. For the third pitfall, the destructor named ~resource throws an exception which should never be done. Lastly, in the example class, resource A will be destroyed second and resource B will be destroyed first. Here are some best practices to follow when working with destructors and to summarize all of the concepts we have seen so far. Always make base class destructors virtual to ensure proper cleanup in inheritance hierarchies. Keep destructors exception-free, as exceptions thrown from destructors can lead to program termination. Check for null pointers before deletion to avoid double deletion errors. Consider using smart pointers instead of manual memory management to automate resource management and prevent leaks. Follow the rule of 3, 5, or 0 to manage resources correctly in your classes. Destructors clean up resources when objects are destroyed. They are named with a tilde prefix and called automatically when objects go out of scope. Virtual destructors in base classes are necessary for proper cleanup in inheritance hierarchies. It is recommended to follow resource acquisition as initialization or RAII principles, and consider using smart pointers. Avoid common pitfalls, such as missing virtual destructors, double deletion of resources, and ignoring destruction order. Review related concepts like the rule of 3, 5, or 0. Smart pointers move semantics and exception safety. Our next topic is C++ copy constructors and assignment operators. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.